Hi, it's Rebecca, and I want to share with you something that happened to me a few days ago. I was babysitting my grandchildren, and I had forgotten I had a lot of work to do. So I went to bed, and then I'm like, oh my goodness, I got to finish. So I worked till like 2:30, and then at 5:30, Jesus came. And he showed me a vision, and this you might relate to. And he showed me a turtle on its back. And it's like, oh, I can't get off my back. And Jesus said to me, Rebecca, a lot of people are like the turtle on their back. They feel so helpless and overwhelmed, and they're crying out for help. And they need that word of encouragement so that they can get flipped over to the other side. And please encourage the people who watch you, who listen to you, to be that voice of encouragement. When you see someone with a sad face or feeling bad, just ask for your inner guidance of what you could say to them. And he further continued and he said, now I know that you are an intuitive healer and you give people guidance and people come to you with all kind of problems, but here's what I recommend. Look at the miracles that I did. Of course, I went and looked them all up. I'm a preacher's kid, so I'm pretty familiar with the miracles of Jesus. Although you need to know, I embrace every faith. And this is the faith of my childhood. And he said, will you notice that in almost every single instance, except if the turtle was on his back so much, like the little dead girl, then yes, I used all my power, but mostly I gave instructions for the people receiving the miracle to go do something. For instance, the man who had been blind from birth, and this helps me realize how out there Jesus was. Like, I like that. I don't like the idea of being so holy you could never, ever, ever be that good. He gets mud, he spits in it, wipes it on the guy's eyes. But that's not all. Breaking convention. He asked the guy to go wash himself. He asked him to do something. And if you'll even look at his very first miracle that's recorded, I doubt if that's his first miracle. However, he's at this wedding and they ran out of wine and the mother comes, and why he was asked to do this is a whole nother video. And what did he do? Of course, first he says, well, why are you asking me? And then he sees 6 stone pots, and he commands the servants, fill those with water. Well, what you may not know is those stone pots were used for ceremonial washing by the Jews, and not a container that you would normally say, hey, let's go make some wine in those stone pots. So, and then he further asked him to take it to the person who was in charge of the wedding. So anyway, and if you want to look it up, almost every time he asks them for some action. Now, how does this apply to you and to me? Well, to me, as far as a spiritual healer and teacher, and in doing my private sessions or even group sessions, he said, you're getting the guidance and you're helping people. Now, I want you to take it a step further and ask, what can I tell them to do? Which I have been doing, because he came the very next morning at 5:30 and he says, no, you don't understand. It's vitally important. Ask for the next step. Tell people what they can do. Now, do they have to do it? No. Are we forcing? No. Did the blind man have to go wash himself in the river? No. Would he have been healed anyway? I don't know. All I know is the guidance I'm getting is do something. Ask for guidance on what to do. Now, how would this apply to you? Maybe you're not a spiritual teacher or a spiritual healer, but yet you are. There is not one person watching or listening that does not have the ability to tune into guidance and listen to how they could be of encouragement. That's taking action. Now, I'm writing a new course right now on how to become an expert channel. And I was talking to God and I was saying, I can teach an engineer how to channel. I know the steps. I can teach you how to turn into your right brain. But what I need help with is how to teach people how to have the courage. Why do you want to channel? Why do you want to bring in divine guidance? Just so you can sit there and have it? High beings of light are looking for messengers to help get information out there, to lift up humanity. So before I teach my next course on channeling, I'm sure I will get some really, really good advice on how to give people the courage to use it. But for right now, here's the message for you. Be an uplifter. Take some action. Maybe you should ask Spirit, Source, whatever you call your higher guidance, your inner guidance. What can I do? Maybe you feel like a turtle on its back. Maybe you're in a place of discouragement and you don't know what to do. Then you can pray and ask, send me someone to flip me over onto my back. And don't be surprised if with this new guidance coming through that someone might tell you something that you can do. So that's the message from Jesus. Pray for guidance. And I just want to add one more thing. Realize that you have your own inner guidance. Don't be looking just for guidance to come from outside. But every day, I pray for myself to be filled with more Holy Spirit light. When you're full of Holy Spirit light, it's your own guidance. And yes, I believe divine within, divine without, we're all connected. We're all here, are we not, to fulfill our purpose? And part of our purpose is to be an uplifter. And here's a wonderful surprise. When you start uplifting others, you feel so good. It uplifts you. So I've given you the guidance. Now I'm going to tell you something to do. What can you do? Pray for your own guidance. Does that sound real simple? Yes. Ask how you can have confidence in your own guidance. When you want to speak out to somebody, and always in uplifting, never in judgment, pray for the courage to do it. And to help you, I have some wonderful gifts on my website that you can register for. They're completely free. One of the most awesome gifts is 30 days of encouragement, 30 days to manifesting, where every day you get this little bitty short message of love from me. So I'm Rebecca, and I encourage you to believe in yourself and to follow your own guidance. And so it is. Namaste. And while you're here, subscribe if you like this kind of message. Oh, my website. See how I forget things? RebeccaMarina.com. I'll put a link below if you'd like to get on over there and get those wonderful free gifts. Do something. Act now. Bye-bye.